It is, what is it today? It is February the 25th, I want to say. I'm just going to get my calendar, which finally arrived from Courtney from San Francisco, Courtney SF. There's actually two, well, there's more probably Courtney's in San Francisco, but Courtney SF, she makes a calendar every year, and I just received it last week, so I just want to show you her calendar. I'm just going to pull you guys up on my computer so that I can see who's here. I need to turn my volume down. I'm doing a 100-day project for this week until March, and then we are transitioning into March, Make a Difference. So this is Courtney's calendar. It's a great size. She has all her images on the back. She paints, she doesn't just paint in gouache, she paints in other materials too, but they're really, it's a really beautiful calendar, and it has all her artwork in. I marked on this calendar the 100-day project, the numbers. I am one day ahead, and I will show you, and that's only because I know that sometimes I'm going to fall behind, so at least I will, I'll get them all done. Whether I miss one day and I've got ahead, that's okay. Hi C, hello Carolyn, how are you? So these are her beautiful landscapes. And as you can see, I've marked off all the 100-day project. She also kindly marks off special days like Star Wars days, Cocktail Day. She has full moons in here as well. Endangered Species Day, Sewing Machine Day, and she has a, I don't think she puts it on here. She should put it on here. I need to tell her to put it on here. She has a podcast called Craft, Cook, Read, Repeat. And I've been listening to it for years, and if you haven't listened to it, it's a lovely podcast that she does with her friend, and they talk about sewing projects and painting projects and books that are on their night table, and recipes as well. Hola, Patty. So today I am going to work on patterns from Mexico. What was his name? I'm going to get it wrong. Hang on a second. I have to look it up. We went to a really great artisanal market called Fábrica de Aura in San Miguel de Allende. And we met the wife of this artist called, I want to say his name is Lucas Rise, and I think I got it right. Anyway, he did these beautiful, I'm going to pull it up for you. Lucas Rise. He did these beautiful hand-painted furnitures. He has. This was actually in the store. So he does these gorgeous, he's from Argentina, these beautiful painted pieces, and his wife creates these, is that one of hers? It could be. She creates some embroideries that are, I can't remember what you call them, but they're embroideries that she doesn't plan them. She just goes on with, like, she just uses different threads and makes these. There's a name for them. It'll come. Anyway, this is Lucas Rise. and he has a mural within La Fabrica. Anyway, so I saw that mural, this mural, and I saw this mural, but I just want to take inspiration from those murals but not copy them. And then also I have oh, you can see here, so I've taken a few pictures of different things in Mexico, and I want to use those for this piece that I'm going to do today. Here's some of our group. Yeah, this was a picture that I took of Sam, Gail, Jennifer, and Moki. Gail actually posted it on her stories and said that Lori took it, and I took it. I'm like, no, get your facts right, lady. Anyway, I know it happens when you send people images. Good morning, C, and hi, Martina, nice to see you. And hi, Hannah, good morning. Von hade det idé. Jag hade tack. And Patricia says, what was the name of the sketchbook you were talking about yesterday? It starts with B. It's this one. It's called Beachmore Books. So that's the one that I'm using. And then I can show you my 300 days so far. So I've got the Colors of Mexico, and I have the mortar and spices from the restaurant Terra del Sol in Oaxaca. I should probably put Oaxaca here because when I'm looking back, I don't want to get confused with which location it was. So I will put that. Good morning, Meryl. I'll just put it here, OAX. And then this one, also in Oaxaca. This was a very quick one. So this was from Ama Teresa, a beautiful little coffee place, or lunch place really. It's above a hotel near the textile museum, which we didn't get to, which we will get to this coming next year. So there are a few things that I need to definitely make sure that they happen next year. Hi, Susan. How are you? And Susan's getting ready to go. I'm so excited for you, Susan. Okay, so my, you know, I'm just going to continue. Like, I know this is day 3 and I'm on day 4, but that's okay. So I'm going to do a pattern on here. I'm going to take inspiration from what I have. I'm going to sketch it out. I've already mixed up because I was painting last night. This palette paper that I've got, I'm not loving it. It's a Winsor & Newton palette paper, but there are other palette papers that the gouache does not peel off of like this. And I feel like this one, it really does peel. So I'm just gonna spray, because at least if I spray, it'll stick back down. And then I may be able to use some of this palette, which I don't really want to throw away. Glasses. Does anybody else have that problem? I know that this is going to get very watery, but I'm not loving that. All right. So I like certain elements of this, which I'm going to create almost like an animal in the front here. Good morning, Leslie. Sorry, would you say the sketchbook brand again, please? I didn't catch it. Carolyn, it's the Beachmore Books sketchbook that I'm using. It's from London. I think you can get it online wherever you are. Yeah. So I'm taking different elements from all my pictures. If you are creating a 100 days project, it should be something that's quite personal to you. So I'd love to hear what you are working on. It can be something really, really simple as well. Gotta get my center line right. That really does help when you're doing patterning. Make sure everything is in the right place. Beachmore, Beechmore, Beachmore. Thanks, C. C says it's available at Amazon. Walmart? Seriously? Walmart sells it? Well, they probably have a really good price for that. Did not know that. Anne says, another question. Who is the artist who created the calendar shown? Oh, that's Courtney SF. Courtney Spillane. And if you look up Courtney SF on Instagram, that's her Instagram, you can find her there. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, and hi, Anne. Okay, everybody has to go and look at Anne Trombetta. She did a beautiful image of a shoe shine guy in, was it in the airport of Mexico City? I did find a shoe shine guy in San Miguel de Allende as well, and I'll show you my shoe shine guy. So here's my shoe shine guy. He was sitting underneath a tree and people were waiting to get their shoes shined. But a lot of times he was waiting there on his own, but this guy came up and he wanted his shoes shined. But Anne, I love yours. Love yours. SF, not SS. SF. Courtney S. And it's Courtney with no U, by the way. So when you're looking for her, it's Courtney with no U. I can send it to you afterwards, Anne. Yes, so go to Anne's Instagram and have a look at her image. It was so great, and I really loved it. Really, really loved it. So trying to take different elements from these murals, and that's really what doing something like this and traveling is all about, is taking inspiration from what you got. It's definitely not copying. You don't want to copy things. You just want to take inspiration. Even the graffiti and the print work that's on walls as well is really interesting. So it may take me a little bit of time to get the shapes on here, but once I've got it, then I can paint it. It's almost like a fleur-de-lis. Spacing is really important. I'm not that great with spacing. So I am definitely going back to Oaxaca next year, and I'm just waiting for dates, and I'm also thinking about going to Mexico City. I know a lot of people would love to do that one as well, so I'm thinking about doing both. So don't go booking other trips with other people. If you want to come with me, just give me a couple of a few days so that I can hear back from Trova Trip, because I know there's a lot of other people who are jumping on trips. So if you can be patient, that would be great. Obviously, if you prefer to go with them, then I get it. Anne says, my guy was at the airport, but I put him out. I love how you put him outside in nature, Anne. I think it's great. It's fantastic. Bonjour, Hippo. Hi, Hippo. How are you? All right, let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I actually really like those elements. Almost like water. If you're just joining, I am working on my 100-day project, and this is me taking elements from patterns and elements in, I think all of these are actually from Oaxaca. There was definitely a lot more mural art in Oaxaca than there was in San Miguel de Allende. There was an area with murals, but it definitely wasn't to the same extent as Oaxaca. Okay. I think I'm going to mimic. Take these down here. Just to make a border. I am fine, thank you, Hippo. Bonjour. And Hippo says, are you mixing several pattern pieces? Yes. I have lots of different images here that I have pulled up from the trip. So I'm adding different elements. Yeah. And I can put a large triangle here. And one on the other side. And I'm going to mimic this half circle inside here as well. Oh, seeing as we've got Sam up here, Sam has a meet today. She has a guest as well. Don't ask me to, I can't remember the guest's name, but she is a digital artist. I'm not sure if she does live art. All right, I'm gonna also bring these round a bit and do almost like a water feature that's gonna come around up here. So this is where you just taking pictures when you're traveling and really noticing things really helps, because you can come back and work more into your images that you have found. All right, I think I'm ready to paint. Sorry if it's taking me so long. Hi, good morning, Rebecca. Susan says, Anne's shoe shine guy is wonderful. It's so true. Hippo says, it looks like a blazon coats of arms. I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Blue shine art armories. We actually did, like, it's funny, Hippo, because we did during Family February a couple of years ago, I did a live with Patricia, and we did a coat of arms together. I don't think I've got my book close by that I can show you, but in one of my flip throughs on YouTube, you can see them. So we actually worked on our own coat of arms, but thank you. And Reb says, I'm doing good, working on my 100-day thing for a little bit. C says, did you have a clear photo on your phone to gather all your beautiful Mexico photos? Did you have a clear photos on your... I've just moved my images from my phone to my iPad. So, yeah. Yes, find it in the videos. All right, I'm going to get started. I have some colors already mixed up, and I have some colors here. So maybe I'll start with these down here, as they are not as, they're a little bit messy, but I like the colors. So I'll get started with these. And these are all gouache. And this paper actually does very well with gouache, so I'm very happy with it. I mean, it's nice to try and use gouache in a way that you don't have to come back into the paint to do another coat, but that doesn't always happen. Also depends on the paper that you're using. I can see there's a little bit of transparency here happening. Some people like using gouache in a very watery way, but then I feel like you may as well use watercolors. I like the opacity that gouache can give you. It feels a little bit more graphic, but then you can work into it as well. Actually, the retreat that we're doing in Italy is a mixed media retreat, so we will be using different mediums. I know that it's also, if you are doing the retreat in Italy, it's also like other retreats that I run. It's not set in stone. If you want to use just acrylics or just oils, you can do that as well. I don't think any artist should be limited to using a specific medium. If you want to use other mediums, that's what you should do. I wonder if I'll get this finished. I'm trying to be fast but accurate as well. And we're only on week 2 of my portrait class, so if you want to join, you can join. And if you are here and want to join and would like a coupon, I can extend it if you want. The coupon was originally for 30% off, and I know that some people may not have known about my portrait class that's happening. So if you're interested, I know quite a few of you here are taking my portrait class. I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you. Oh, I could have put something in there. Like, I feel like I'm missing a little bit of that. It's okay. Sometimes space is good, right? Okay, I think I'm going to bring this down a little. And just leave it like that. All these can be different colors. I don't want to impede on that space with this color. This has a shape. I'm trying to mimic the other side, but it's not going to be exact. You can see I've been adding water to this color and it's getting a little bit more transparent. Okay, I think I'm going to bring up the color on the outside and then maybe stop it up here. And then the same over here. Hippo says, I recommend the portraits class. The first day I did a graphite pencil portrait, way more better than I expected. It was fantastic, Hippo, like really fantastic. And Reb says, the ones you posted in Discord, they were very nice. Thanks. Reb was commenting on Hippo's portraits. I think they were great. Hippo said, yes, first day graphite pencil, second day color pencils. And this week we're working on ballpoint pen or biro, however you call it. What is it? Is it biro in French? What is ballpoint pen in French? Okay, I'm going to move into a little bit more of a rust. Oops. Not rust, like a sienna, like a brick red color, and just move that into up here. So I'm not really, actually I think I'm going to close this because I don't want to be influenced by the colors that I see too much, and just try and remember the colors that were there. I know that there are a lot of other colors, but I'm going to do those, the bright colors around. The elements. This done with something like Procreate or Photoshop would be so much easier. But there's something very therapeutic about just making patterns, and as you know, I love making patterns. We haven't really done too many patterns. And this, yeah, I'm not sure if this could be classed as a pattern, but it could evolve into a pattern for sure. There's something really nice about the practice of control with your paintbrush and your paint, and that not being as free and haphazard. Not that I am, well, I can be, but just that control is, I think it's really good for your practice as well. although I do love being very loose with my work. This is something probably a little bit different to what you're used to seeing me do. So just do a small line here. Leslie says, would love to join the portrait show if it's not too late. Okay, I will send you all the details. And Susan, wow, your pattern is perfectly symmetrical. Amazing. I don't think it's perfectly symmetrical yet, Susan. Like, I still have to do the other side. So I think it's just a trickery of the eye right now. And what you're seeing is you're seeing more the right hand side than the other, and also I did get this a little bit off up here. So I do have some acrylic paints which I may work into this as well. Looks like a little face up here, doesn't it? So this is a little bit off here. I'm going to bring this around. Yeah, it's not perfect. Definitely not perfect. That's okay. And I'm sure you guys have been to many places, even just your local town, that has architectural elements that you can pull from, that you could create a page of elements that you pull together. Or museums, or even just looking at books. I think Dylan Sarah also has his live 10-minute portrait YouTube live on it. Is it 3:30 or 3 p.m. Eastern? Meryl, you've been doing it. Do you remember what time it is in the afternoon? And then Jen Caballeros, she has her book meet today. So if you love reading books and you have some books to share on her Substack, you can join her book club and share with everybody the books that you've been reading. C says, I'd love to join your portrait class too. Okay, well, I will send you guys the information and the code. I have to extend that, so I'll extend it. Let's go all the way down here. All right, I'm going to change color. Just going to come in here to this edge like I did on the other side. (2 p.m. CST, so 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's see what colors I've got in my, or are there any other colors that I can use here? There are greens that I can use, and that's like swimming with water now. Maybe I will. There's a couple of greens here that I want to use, like this one. I just need to pick up a little bit more pigment. I'm going to do the little half circles in these greens. Reb, what are you doing for your 100-day project? I may have asked you already. What are you up to? If you don't mind sharing. Maybe I will also use this. I want to kind of balance it out with colors. I may have to take actually this red down here somewhere. Reb says, I'm drawing 100 things from my cabinet of curiosities. Whoa, that sounds really interesting. Have you ever shared your cabinet of curiosities? I'd be curious to see what's in there. I guess we're going to find out, right? We'll be seeing it all. Sorry, and if you've posted already, I apologize that I haven't seen it. I don't know why I see some people's posts and I don't see other people's posts. I think I need to just make a point to come over and see yours and comment a few times and make sure I do that, and then I think my algorithm will help me find you daily. I'm not posting daily on my Instagram with my 100-day project. I am, if you're a newsletter subscriber over on my Substack, I am posting in notes daily my 100-day project. Oh my goodness, 12 minutes. Okay. Rab says, I have not posted. She hasn't posted yet. Okay, that's okay. And I don't feel bad not having seen it. All right, so I've got some really pretty colors that I've been using on a painting, and I can use a little bit here too because I do love these colors. And this is just acrylic, and I do use, oh, see, that's not going to work. Okay, I need to bring this here. I'm using Winsor & Newton acrylic. See, sometimes the drawing doesn't work with the idea. I've left a line, so now I can see. For example, I'll go over that bit. I may have to do this because that, if not, it won't make sense. So I don't think I'm going to be finishing this in 10 minutes. So I will finish this. And this is why getting ahead by one day is not a bad thing. Because some images I know are going to take longer than others. What did I say? I'm only going to spend 20 minutes on each image. That doesn't happen. If Louisa is here from Barcelona, she could have told me that at the beginning. That Shar, that doesn't work for you. And if you get behind, don't worry. Just, take one day to catch up. It does feel good to stick with something for 100 days and to come out with a project that you dedicated that time for. Okay, and then pull this color down here as well. Like, I want to do some stripes on these too. I can use gouache over the top of acrylic. This acrylic isn't super shiny, so that's good. And I know I have red here. And I may use the red, but I can't use it in its pure form because it just won't translate onto paper like that. So yeah, my book is going to be a bit of a mix. My 100-day project will be patterns and people and objects and just all the things that I saw in Mexico. Whoops, went a little bit over that. Definitely don't have as much control with the acrylics as I did with gouache. Maybe I should have just stuck to gouache. So I will be back tomorrow morning and we will continue with the 100-day project. So does February only have 28 days this month? It's not a leap year, right? And we are on the 25th already. I think, is it Friday is the last day of February? And then we'll be moving into our March Make a Difference. If you are part of our paid Substack or paid Patreon, we do have a meet tomorrow. And we are discussing, I don't know if I put it in Substack, I will though. We're discussing our March mornings where we are going to celebrate people who are or who have made a difference in our world, community, close family. We're going to make a list and then we can work on that in our dailies. One year we did quotes. One year we did quotes and portraits. And yes, I will be doing my 100-day project. I'll just put aside half an hour each morning to do it. Maybe I'll do some Substack lives. I haven't done any of those. Maybe I'll do one with my 100-day project. All right, so I think I have enough of that. I'm gonna try the red so you can see that pop. I'm gonna mix it a little bit with, I have some magenta here. Yeah, I may have to do 2 coats. want to put some golden ochre as well in this. Let's see if this will translate against, yeah, of course it will. Against the turquoise, it pops more. Okay. Just want to see how that, I think that pops. Definitely. I do want to do the heart as well, red. But also bring in some pinks and some ochres. Now when you go over, see how transparent this red is? When you go over the gouache, it just, you can still see the color underneath. Thank you, C. Patricia says, pero what if one makes a point of painting or drawing whatever one wants in only 20 inches and leaves it unfinished? Oh, in 20 minutes and leaves it unfinished. I mean, you could, of course you could do that. Hippo says, Patricia, Beck, make your own rules. The point is consistency and having fun. Exactly. Although I really want my book to be a book of Mexico. So for me, yes, I put my limit to 20 minutes. But for example, this one was 20 minutes. So certain ones I will be doing. This one was longer. This one was a little bit longer as well. So for me, it's more about enjoying the time as well that I do. But if I only have 20 minutes one morning, then I probably will pick an image that is not going to take as long, or just approach it in a different way of working, right? We all know that we can do a 10-minute image, a 5-minute image if we want to. I'm not putting my parameter is I will do 20 minutes a day, but if I end up doing more, then I end up doing more. That's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. All right, I am going to bring this red just down here around these semis. Should have a little bit more water, I think. And I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. haven't even asked if we have any birthdays coming up soon. I feel like we've gone through February without celebrating anyone's birthdays. Does anybody have a birthday in February? March is coming up. Anyone? I know that I can probably, that's what I should put in my calendar as well. Birthdays for this year. And I know I've run past my 8 o'clock cutoff time, but oh, Susan's like, I have to go, but I can't stop watching. Don't worry, I will post this in stories so that you can see. Bye, Reb. Bye, bye, C. Oh no, C's not going yet. And this is just the basic colors, and then I have to put more details on. I want a, oops, I gotta be careful of that. Okay, let's find golden. Golden. I think I have, maybe I do have some yellow here. So I'm gonna make a golden. So nice when you have paint already out. Okay. It's not super bright, but it's, I think, a good ochre. Definitely need a bit of water for those little points, or maybe just brush loaded. What do you think? Is that an okay color? I think so, right? Okay. I'm going to use this also for the outside of these. I like how there's stripes on there. And this turquoise with the ochre is lovely. I like that. This is acrylic, so I'm kind of using two. I'm using gouache and acrylic because I have acrylics mixed up, so I just wanted to use some of. They're a little bit brighter, and I can clean up lines as well. Easier than with gouache. Mind you, the gouache was really nice on this paper. Really liked it. So far, in my other three, I've only used gouache, so this is new, using acrylic on this paper. I haven't tried that yet. So that's the first time doing that. It's not as sharp here, but I think I can come back into it. And also over here. I'm going to wash this brush off really well because it was doing really well with my gouache. Hang on, Patty, what's your 100-day project? Are you doing one? Bye. Hi, Hannah. Had det gott. Ha en god day. Vi ses imorgon. It's cool. I get to practice my Danish as well with Hannah. Okay. All right, another color. I have this. I have this green, which I really like as well. Travels. Oh yes, Patricia is doing travels. Are you doing? Are you limiting your days? Are you doing like 10 days in one place, or are you doing just a whole mixture of travels? Or are you just focusing on one country, or are you doing 10 different countries? Are you just looking at your camera roll and doing whatever, which is totally okay? A little bit darker. How much darker is this? Okay, I think the last three I'm going to do in gouache. And I have this really beautiful Prussian blue that I'm going to mix a little bit of green into. It's so much easier with gouache. I should have just done it all in gouache. Just has a better flow and control. But I do like the colors of the acrylics that I've used. You learn, right? Like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't know. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I can do the whole thing in acrylics. But no, it definitely works better in gouache. Just having more control. Okay, so then there are little things that I want to correct or add just to highlight a few shapes. I don't think I have to outline everything, but I do want to just bring out some of these dark areas. And this way it just moves your eye around the page, I think. Triangles are really big over there. I know I have to go. I know these are two different greens, but you really can't see them. So this is one great thing about using acrylic paint with the gouache. If you have those under layers of acrylic, like this blue that I used, it's not going to lift when I put gouache back over the top. So for any detailing, like that is definitely a huge bonus when it comes to adding detail. So yeah. Oh, I messed up on this a little bit. It's okay. That's all right. Okay, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that. I think I've got everything. Just put a little triangle down here and a little triangle down here. My triangles are not very symmetrical. All right. That is my morning. I'm going to spray my paints so they don't dry up. And then go and take my little pup for a walk. So yeah, I think pages are going to look very different in my book, but that's, you know, that's okay. And that's how I work and am inspired by things. So I think I could probably bring this blue into a few other areas here to fill it up, but maybe I'll do that afterwards. Yeah, well, there are a lot of triangles, like looking at triangles and squares and, you know, different elements that you can pull out of different patterns. You're very sweet, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Martina. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie and C, I will send you the information. Have a really good day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye.